So in the last video, we got this thing set in there, and we've got the front engine mount made. It's got to be altered a little still yet to tidy up once we pull the motor out. But the problem is right now is the front engine mount is the only mount we have, and this thing is sitting on wood blocks in the back and a jack stand. So I have got to make a set of mounts for the rear of it, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so before I go cutting more on the firewall and trying to figure out what I've got to do to clear everything, which over here we look pretty good on the top side. Down through there is going to have to be changed. But right here, like the opening of the turbo, I'm at the 90 out of that, and I'm going to hit the firewall there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but before that becomes an issue.
I know what we're going to do.
Cut?
Yeah.
We got to make sure the transmission is where it is. That way we know everything is where it belongs. And so this mount is in. I've got a nut on the bottom side of it, so it's not going to come out. But that is where the motor mount sits, and that hole is basically just big enough for this bolt, so that is centered where it goes. Later on I've got a weld in here. We actually done this with the motor sitting above us here, so it was kind of like one of those tight situations that
it was sketchy.
It was sketchy. We'll do that later. But everything works really good. But right down through here, and let me pull out my flashing light. So if you look down through here, I'm gonna put that like that. Yeah, right down through there where my finger is, this is the tab that I got a hold of for the transmission mount. And it's hard to see, maybe, yeah, that right there, you can see the hole in the center of it. And then we're going to come around to the other side over here, and you might be able to see it a little better right there, maybe. Yeah, right there. This mount right here. And so, I know, you can see plasma cutter that looks ugly. A lot of cleanup to do. And I may end up cutting that further back to make room for getting the bolt down on that mount. That we might do. But let me take you over to the vise I'm working at to show you the mount situation. Okay, so this is where we talk about me learning about how things work with big trucks, because I'm not familiar with them, still figuring this out. I bought the wrong mounts, and I went to alter them trying to make them work, and then realized that it wasn't going to happen. I altered them, I can't send them back, so I had to buy another set of mounts. And I still got to alter some stuff to make it work. It'll be fine. I'll show you. So this is the bracket that I bought, and I'm going to loosen that up there. I've got it mounted by holding these nuts here. But this bracket will bolt onto the truck frame on this side using these 4 holes that it's got in it. And then right here is where the mount will sit on that surface, like that. And yeah, Kagan's got the one I've already kind of altered.
It almost looks
like that.
Like that.
And then that tab that transmission's got will sit down in there. So here's the problem I ran into. I bought that mount, and that mount is not going to fit. I tried, because I started altering this, which is the other mount that I bought, and you can see where I've ground on it to try and get it to fit down in there, and it's still like, it's just not gonna go in there and meet flush sitting up on it. These sides are in the way. And then I realized how big that hole is, and I'm like, that's kind of bigger than what I need it to be for my mounts. So a bigger truck uses this one evidently. Now, we're not gonna throw these away, because we don't do that around here. These will go on a shelf, and we'll figure out something to use that for later, because, well, it's the way this garage is.
You know what those will look great for?
What's that?
Tilt bed stops.
Maybe. This right, that actually would work pretty good, wouldn't it?
Back on track. Back
Yeah,
on track.
so anyways, they're a V. So it would just like kind of cradle it until it got where it needed to be. So anyway, so this is the other mount. Now it's smaller. Matter of fact, I'll show you. Even with the one that I altered already. Get this held up where you can see. It is smaller and it is shorter. All the way around it's smaller, and it's got a smaller hole in it. This is the correct mount. I say the correct mount because the hole size is the same, which I will use that bolt for, and that'll hold the transmission. So now here's the next thing. This goes right in there like that. Look at that, like it belonged there.
Almost.
Almost. The problem is, if you look at the bottom side, the holes don't quite line up.
Almost.
I can get these two to line up real good, and then those two don't line up at all. So I have got to gnaw out the holes this direction. And what that does is that gets my measurement right from here to here as well. Oh, I'm sitting there trying to hold down there. From there to the outside here is about 2.5 is what I need, and that'll get that right. So I know what I need to this surface right here because I know where I sit at in there. So this will all work out okay. So I'm going to alter these a little bit, and we're going to try and bolt the transmission up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to alter them. It's real, it's real high-tech, real specific machine work.
So in the spirit of safety, we're going to be taking material away.
Yeah. So, like I said, these holes have to be altered a little bit. They're going to be slotted some to fit that. And the precision tool that I'm going to use...
Electric hammer.
Not an electric hammer, although this one doesn't have a hammer option, but I got one that does.
No, it's a hammer. It's got a flat spot.
So, nice little knurling tool there. And that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to slot these holes up and these holes down just a little bit until I can get to where that fits good. So, here we go. All right, so now that I have gnawed some of these holes out a little bit, and you can see that it's not bad. I mean, it's not great that I done it, but hey, it's what we're going to do because it works. I'll go ahead and get that one started. Now later on when I do this, I'll take these out and they'll be Loctite holding all this together. Or we'll just cross thread everything.
Mechanical Loctite.
Mechanical Loctite. So there's that one in there.
How many people groan whenever I make that joke?
Now on the top here, it's a spacer thing because that washer is gonna end up in the wrong spot. I'm using a lock washer as a spacer because it'll set in that ridge all right, and it's about flush with that indentation once it crimps down. I'm using a little bit bigger washer. So, because of where I had to take that hole down so bad, and I don't want the washer, this washer, to warp down into that hole. So that's the way we're doing that one. Same thing on the other side. The bottom ones we didn't take too much out, so those are kind of the primary location. Okay, so now we'll just tighten them up. Okay, so we didn't have the camera on when we done this because the only thing you was going to see was the back of my shirt on this side and back of Kagan's shirt on the inside. Kagan was able to get on the inside of the cab and come under the back side and hold the mount up. If you look down in there, you can see that the bolt is in and the mount's up, and better yet, let me come around, chop Kagan. Come right here, you can see the back of that plate. There, and so what we had to do, and this is where things get interesting, is the rivets that was on the other side of this was going to be in the way of that flat plate, so I had to weld the cab mount to the frame and then take a plasma cutter and knock the rivets out, and then I'll weld these holes back up later. We're going to leave the bottom rivet because it's not hurting anything, but you can see the bracket down there and right there. So now we've got that. We'll go to the other side. It's in there in a tight spot. This side may be a little easier to see. Maybe. Yeah, you can see here's the bracket, and this is the rubber mount, and then the bolts in. And if you come around to here, you can see the bracket through that hole there, that hole there, that hole there. Like you can see the back of it there. And so now what we got to do is I've got to take my angle finder and I got to make sure the engine's level. And when I say level, I mean it's got to be level side to side this way level. So it's got to be setting up right. And right now it looks like it's leaning towards the passenger side. So I got to find something squared off to level to. And then we want to make sure that the engine is setting 3 degrees downhill on this side over here, because you don't want your engine setting in there level. You want 3 degrees, that way you got 3 degrees on the U-joint. And then we'll go over driveline alignment stuff later, but this is, I want this to set 3 degrees. So we're going to work on getting everything leveled up, and then we're going to go underneath the truck and mark the holes. Maybe you can try and drill a couple of them. We'll see what happens when I get underneath the truck and look around.
There's a lot of we in this.
We? I'm counting on you. I need you, Kagan.
I'm going to be underneath the truck, ain't I?
Oh, you started recording already.
Yeah. Figured to help you out, you know, since.
Okay, so right there is one of the mounts. And we got the right bolt in this one that holds the transmission to the mount. And if you look right there, there is a nut right there, because I got a bolt in from the outside right there, drilling a hole out. And I done the same thing over there. You see that nut right there? Same deal. And I took a black Sharpie and I've drawn around where the bracket is, and I've centered the other hole on the bottom side on both of these. And right now we've got it lifted up right now to where our angle is a little bit better than 3, because we know there's going to be some sag in that mount. I'm gonna get that hook out while I'm down here. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I can't seem to get it. There we go. That's out. All right.
So like he was saying, we got the angle at 2.7, so that way whenever we add weight,
it'll come down on the back. And so that bolt right there is in, and then come right over here, and that bolt right there is in. And we jacked it up that way I could get underneath there a little bit better and draw. And so now we're going to call this for today and pick up a little bit, because just so you know, let me hold on. So just so you guys know, the day we're filming this right now, and if you've watched this far into the video, is Valentine's Day. Yeah. So I got to get out of here and go take my wife out to dinner, because
you'll be in trouble.
At least over that. But this is the great thing, and I want to bring this up, and I know most of you guys probably don't care about this, but I feel important and I'm going to talk about it. It's my channel.
I'm going to stand back here and add commentary every now and again.
Me and my wife have been together a long time. And when you wake up in the morning and you say, well, honey, I need to go to the garage today. It's been a long week. I've not been able to get to the garage. I got a bunch of stuff coming up that I need to get as much time working on the truck as possible, because even she wants to go on the road trip this thing's planned for later this year, and we will get into that because yeah, we're behind. That's a whole nother video. Anyways, she is like, Yes, go to the garage. She's not mad at me. She's not going to hold it against me. She's been with me long enough to know how this goes because I was doing this stuff before I started filming it. And I guess what I'm trying to say is if you guys have a wife that puts up with your nonsense the way mine does, buy her the flowers. Take her out to dinner. Don't be too harsh on her when she rolls her eyes at you about nonsense like this. Because she has been totally okay. And by totally okay, I don't mean do what you want and I go to the garage. Like, you can ask Kagan. She's entirely fine with me going to the garage on Valentine's Day. So, I'm blessed. That being said, my little tribute to her right now, honey, if you're watching this, that's right. I'd say this is going to be it for the rear transmission mount. You guys know what we got to do now. We got to pull the motor out, drill 3 holes in each bracket into the frame, and we're basically sitting on the mounts right now. And I may add another mount in the back end of the transmission just because that's a lot of weight. That's a big transmission. I know most big trucks don't do that, but I don't know yet. We'll have to see. And I guess if you're going to see, you need to subscribe. And for that, we'll see you guys on the next one.